So hi, welcome back to another segment of Gardena's Guidance. And today we're going to be talking about depression, how to overcome depression, anxiety, my own personal struggles with anxiety and depression. And I'm just going to get into this video, but before we get started, we're going to be pulling something from my oracle deck that I created, which is Gardena's Radical Soul Oracle deck. And this deck will be available really soon. It's copyright and everything. And we're gonna go ahead and get into the message. So angels, I ask that you cleanse my energy, cleanse this energy of this oracle deck. And I need a message, God, universe, higher self, for my highest good and for the highest good of all. What message do you have for those who are struggling with depression and anxiety? What message do you have for those struggling with depression and anxiety? What message do you have for those struggling with depression and anxiety? Oh, it's the soul family that matters. I hope you can see that. And at the bottom of the deck, because I'm feeling guided to say something at the bottom of the deck, only you know who you truly are. So when I hear this message about only you know who you truly are, what have you been told? Have you been told who you are? Or are you living life as you being your authentic self? What have you been told in your past that's holding you back? Are you living out a lie? Are you living out a life that someone told you that you would have? Are you limiting yourself based on what someone told you? And I also picked up, it's the soul family that matters. So maybe you have been struggling with family ties. Maybe you haven't felt connected to your own true family. Maybe you have found that blood isn't thicker than water, and maybe you are on a search for your soul tribe. Maybe you don't have anybody, but you have your spirit guides with you. You have your angels with you. You have your ancestors who have crossed over, who mean you well for your highest good. It's the soul family that matters. You're not alone. And this is what I'm picking up. You're not alone. If you're struggling with depression and anxiety, it's important that you remember it's the soul family that matters. You have help from the other side. You have guides from the other side that are helping you overcome or face this issue that you have been struggling with. And when I hear only you know who you truly are, don't allow anyone to tell you who you are, or to tell you what type of lifestyle that you're meant to have, or what type of life you should be living. It's up to you. Only you know who you truly are. It's time for you to dig deep and discover who you are without the depression, without the anxiety. And these are the messages that came up in this reading. So now I'm going to share with you my story, my personal struggles of dealing with depression and anxiety. I have social anxiety like crazy. I have been diagnosed with anxiety. I always have had embarrassing encounters with people. I've never fit in anywhere. Ever since a child, I've always had just embarrassing moments. I've had a lot of shame that I had to deal with. Growing up, I expressed myself differently from the other children, and I didn't know how to express myself at times. And that led to more embarrassment, more shame, more social anxiety, feeling like I can't connect with others. Maybe you struggled like me, struggling to make connections with people, or maybe you have felt like you made connections with people, but they turned out to be frauds, or turned out to be people who you couldn't trust, or turned out to be people who have stabbed you in the back, betrayed you, hurt you. Same thing with family. Maybe you have hard time being in family functions. Maybe you have stage fright, and maybe you used to love theater. And like as a child, I used to love theater. I used to be in theaters. I used to express myself in summer camps. I used to do karaoke. I used to have a very, very, very beautiful singing voice, and I don't know what happened to it. I think it's because I go back to only you know who you truly are. I've had so many people in my family try to tell me who I am indirectly through their actions towards me that were harmful, that were bullying, that will kind of knock me down a peg and try to put me in my place. So that's where a lot of my social anxiety started coming from. So who were you before the world tore you down? Who were you before your false family? And I keep picking up on it's the soul family that matters. Your family that you grew up in or your family of origin is not your real family. So you have to disregard what they have told you.